we need to have at least one responsibility which has got access to this particular secondary ledger, right? So we will try to create one responsibility. Niranjan, yesterday you mentioned that you do not have the system administration responsibility. You should be able to see that there is a system administrator vision responsibility which is assigned to all the users. So create a responsibility for my secondary ledger. Okay. So I will create a responsibility by name General Ledger Reliance INR Secondary. And what is the application? General Ledger. That's the module name. And what is the responsibility key? Responsibility key is just a unique key. You can just even put ABC also, but I follow a proper naming convention. I just say General Ledger Reliance INR Secondary. I think there is a length restriction. I'll say GL Reliance INR Secondary. It's just an internal value. It can be anything. And menu data group is always standard. Application is General Ledger. Menu GL supervisor. Request group. Request group is nothing but a group of programs available under this particular request. Oracle is provided a seeded request group of GL concurrent group. So when you assign this particular request group to this particular responsibility, all the GL related programs you can run from this particular responsibility. If you want to add any other extra programs, you can go to the request group screen and then add those programs. Okay. And Rohit, yesterday you were mentioning that you were facing some issues, right? You should ensure that for your responsibility, this is the menu which is assigned.
I think I have the same menu.
Okay, maybe we can discuss that your issue.
Yeah, we can get.
Yeah. So I have created the responsibility, and then so I'll unhighlight this, and then you need to assign the profile option. The main important profile option is secondary GL data access set. Unless and until you assign the GL data access set profile option, system does not understand that the data entry which is happening under this particular responsibility should fall under INR secondary ledger. Reliance INR. That's the name of the profile option. Okay, so second ledger setup is completed. Okay, and we are using subledger level. Okay, we cannot check the impact of running of the create accounting. We can look that at later point in time. But now I try to create a journal entry in the primary ledger, post the journal entry in the primary ledger, and let's see whether it flows into the second ledger.
Hey, can we stop the session by this transaction?
Yeah. I think once this is done, more or less we will be covering all these things, these three. Okay, and other topics we can cover in the next session. Okay, we have created the second ledger, created the responsibility, and we should also do a mapping between the primary ledger and the second ledger. I think that is one of the steps which was missing. We can do that now. Okay, mapping between the primary ledger and second ledger, because as I said that there could be different chart of accounts for the primary and secondary. If there is a different chart of accounts, then obviously you need to do a mapping. Whether it's the same chart of accounts or different chart of accounts, you need to do a mapping. Whether you are following the as I mentioned earlier, whether you are copying the company value of primary to same company value of secondary, or whether you are copying a different value, or you are copying a constant value. Those things. Reliance primary to Reliance secondary. Okay. Same. And what is the chart of accounts target chart of accounts here? What is the target ledger here?
Secondary.
Secondary.
Reliance secondary.
Okay, and for Reliance secondary, what is our chart of accounts? Reliance accounting placement. We use the same chart of accounts for the primary and secondary. Okay, and go to segment value. This is the target, this is the primary. Say copy value, company, department. Okay, just for our argument set, what we'll do is for department, irrespective of any department, I will use only 00. Is it 4 digit or 3 digit? 3 digit, right? Okay. So that means, yeah, so that means when I do a data entry in the primary ledger, I'll do two data entry transactions. One is with the department of 00 and another is with the department of 110. Okay, and then let's see how it gets copied into the secondary ledger. Okay, account, say account, sub account, product, intercompany. Okay, mapping is also done. And I think in the ledger definition, somewhere we should assign this mapping value. Why the system did not ask that? Ledger accounting options. Okay, anyways, let's see. Now, try to do a data entry in the primary ledger. Test journal 1 with department 000. Okay. Department 00, 5800, 15,000 INR. And shift F5. So change it to cash account, which is 4810, I think. What is the cash account? Okay, so this is the one entry wherein I am using a department code of 000. Okay, and I will post this entry. Okay, and once this is tested, I will get into the other department. Okay, once this is posted, now there should be an error message. Can you guess what is the error message? What should be the error message, or what will be the error message?
Period is not open.
Exactly. Period is not open for the secondary ledger. So this answers your question, Rohit. Okay, we have created the secondary ledger as I said that the opening and closing of the period goes by the ledgers. You can see the error message unopened second ledger period. As the second ledger period is not opened, system is not able to post this journal in the primary ledger. Okay, and as the system is not able to post this particular journal successfully in primary ledger, there will not be a corresponding entry in the second ledger. Now go and check in the second ledger. What is the second ledger? I think I did not assign that responsibility, right? Assign that responsibility to my user ID. General ledger Reliance. Oops. Reliance secondary. General ledger Reliance secondary. General ledger Reliance secondary. Okay. Go here. Check for the journals. Click on just find. There are no entry. Query cost, no records to be retrieved because that is not successfully posted in the primary ledger. Okay. Now what you do is the error message says that period is not open in the second ledger. Okay. Now go to the second ledger. Open the period. So this is the first time we are using the second ledger. So first time when you trying to open, you will get this screen. What is my first period to be open? So say September. And from where exactly system is defaulting the September 17? Any guess?
First open period.
Yeah, first open period, which is mentioned when you are defining your ledger.
Ledger setup.
So earlier, see, the posting program got completed in warning. Whatever the error message which we saw in the front end screen, you should be able to see the same error message in the output, unopened second ledger period. So now we are opening the period. Once the period is opened, you can go back to that particular journal. As it is in error status, it will allow you to repost the journal entry. All the journals which are in unposted or error status, system will allow them to be posted again.
And this September it is taking from the accounting period, right?
In the
I
accounting,
mean the calendar.
okay, if you go to the second ledger definition, here we have mentioned this should be my first accounting period. Okay, and how system is saying the period is September 17th. In the calendar definition, we have defined all the periods.
Yeah.
Okay. So open period program is triggering open period balances. Okay, it's completed. Okay. Now go to primary ledger. Pull up that entry which we have created. Okay. Now click on post. Now it is trying to post again. So once this is posted, you should be able to see the corresponding entry in the second ledger, and that should also be in the posted status because there is a checkbox which we have defined. See, it has triggered one more posting program for the entry which is created in the second ledger. Because we have checked the checkbox of post journals automatically in the second ledger based on the source ledger. Okay, while it's running, we can at least go to the second ledger and check the journal. Click on direct find. So it's posted now. Okay. Okay. Now try to create a journal entry in the primary ledger with a different department. Instead of 00, we'll use the department of say 110 or whatever it is. And then post the journal entry and see how the department will look like in the second ledger. It should be ideally 00 because our second ledger mapping says that all irrespective of the any department used in the primary ledger, in the second ledger it should be 000. That is the requirement there. So this will be the last transaction for the day. Test journal with 2 with the department 110 and September period. Zero 01 110 5800, say 35,000 rupees, and then cash account is 3110 35,000. Okay, I used the department of 1110. Okay, let's see what will happen. Post this. Okay, while it's getting posted, we will go to the second ledger and keep it ready. Okay, see, second journal got created. It is still posting. Selected for posting the status, but we will check the click on review journal. Oh, it's still going to 110. Let us wait for the posting to be completed. How much is the entry? 35,000. What was the original one? Okay, I can check the reason for that, but based on our setup, ideally it should go to 0 0 0 because we have assigned the single value of 0 0 0 for the department. Okay, I can double check that the reason for that, but that should not behave that way. Anyways, I can double check that and we can discuss that in the next session.
Hey, I think the value you chosen is in the source level instead of target when you are defining the mapping. Is that the reason?
Let me just go there, mapping. So what is our mapping name? Reliance INR to secondary. Okay, remember that in all the Oracle, it's a case sensitive. If it is in capital letter, you need to enter in capital letter. If it is small letter, you need to enter in small letter. What is our mapping name? What is our mapping name? Reliance INR primary to Reliance INR secondary, right? Reliance primary to Reliance secondary. This is our mapping name. Okay. No, but in the target, I don't. I mean, these are all actually what you call pre-filled. I cannot change that. Okay. Other option would be what if I try with use roll-up groups. Okay. Other option would be use a roll-up groups. If I use a roll-up groups, so this is the target value. What is my target value? I want a target value of 0 0 for the source, irrespective of any source. Okay. I want my target to be 0. This is the other way. Okay. Now try to create a journal entry with 110 in source and see what will be the target value. Okay. So this will also explain you the usage of use rollup rules from. Test journal 3. Zero one. We should use say 110 5800 45,000. Shift F5, change the account to 45,000. Save this, post this. Okay, while it's posting, navigate to secondary ledger. Yeah, third entry. So even then it's showing 110. Anyways, I can check the reason for that. Okay.
No, I think you are changing. You need to change the switch the responsibility for it to be.
No. As far as the chart of accounts mapping is concerned, no, chart of accounts mapping is concerned.
Fine.
It's fine. I'm 100% sure that. As far as chart of accounts
Okay.
mapping is concerned, those things are not required. It is pretty straightforward. You say, where is the department? Yeah. You say this is my the target detail value of 0 0 for a source of 0 0 to ZZ. Any source, I want to use 0 0. Whether you use 110 or whatever it is, this is the range. Okay, one last thing what I'll try to do is I specifically put the value here. Okay, so this clearly says that if my source is 110 exactly, instead of even putting a range of 0 0 to ZZZ, 110 is my source value. Target should be 0 0 0. Okay, this is the last try and let's check. Okay, while it's posting, we'll get into secondary. Okay, this time once the program is completed, then then only I'll open the form. Let's see. You never know. There are some certain kind of weird things which is performed by Oracle.
Man, we are working for Oracle almost 12 years. Same Oracle.
Yeah. I can give an example of such kind of weird things which happens. Even now, you have seen earlier accounting setup manager. We change the what do you call that name from 30 characters to from more than 30 characters to less than 30 characters. Clicked on apply. Then it's throwing a weird error message. Close the form, reopen. It's working. Okay, now click on find. What is our entry? 55,000. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's still 110. Anyways, I don't want to waste your time. That's fine. We can discuss that on next month. Again, this is actually a good thing is like if there are some kind of errors, we can actually check, and then you will also understand as to how we can resolve such kind of a production support issues. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Thanks all. So we will be okay. We have done all these things. So in the next session, we should be completing the summary account, FSGs, mass allocations, and the other part. So I should target to at least start AP module next week under under any circumstances. We do not have time.